Hi, and welcome to the 31st Sunday in Ordinary Time. This week in the readings, we hear a challenge from the Lord to love Him with our whole heart, and we also hear the challenge to love our neighbor as ourselves. In the first reading, it actually says, "Fear the Lord your God and keep throughout the days of your lives all His statutes and commandments." So a question that I often had in my life growing up was, how do I reconcile this fear of the Lord with loving the Lord? I thought, okay, well, if I'm supposed to fear God, then I should fear His punishment. But how does that reconcile with love? When I was young, I played on a softball team, and I had a coach who was just really affirming. And anytime I did anything good, I caught a ball, I made a good hit, I tagged the kid out, he'd give me a lot of praise, And so it made me want to try harder, actually. I wanted to do better because I knew that he cared a lot about me. And in that care for me, I wanted to show him that I could reciprocate it, I could give it back to him. And I think that's a good image of how God loves us. And that fear of the Lord. See, in our life, we serve God, we love God, and in that we should have a sense of fear of offending Him. And so instead of this fear of punishment, I fear not showing Him the amount of love that He's due, not loving Him with the same love that He's gifted to me. And so this week in the gospel and the readings, it reminds us that God's challenging us to love not only Him, but to love our neighbor. And what better image do we have of that than Jesus when He died on the cross? Sometimes we look at Jesus on the cross and we can overlook the reality that He showed us this perfect love, but we also have to remember that He loved us that much to the point of death so that we could love our neighbor, so that we could defeat sin, so that we could fear the Lord in doing what is pleasing to Him. It is precisely in the cross that we find the gift to love Him in return and to love our neighbors. I pray that this Sunday you will remember that God loves you dearly and that love will animate every part of your life, first with Him and then with your neighbor. God bless you.